What is this cyber security? Here, cyber security is the application of technologies. The main aim of cyber criminals is to make the target machine or target system busy. Cyber security is the process of interconnected system. Hello to all, a warm welcome to my new session on digital fluency, and the topic name is cybersecurity. I'm Revati from the Department of Computer Science, Vidyashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, Mysuru. In my today's session, at the beginning, I'm going to deal with introduction about cyber security. Along with that, I'm going to deal what is cyber security, the different types of cyber security. Along with that, I'm going to deal with type of cyber security threats and some of the cyber security safety tips. So these are the topics I'm going to deal in my today's session, and from the examination point of view, all these topics are very important. Now dear student, before going to start these topics, let me to revise the topic which I have covered in my last session. So in my last session, I started with what is cloud. So what is cloud? Cloud is nothing but remote location. Remote location. So along with that, I have discussed what is cloud computing. Along with that, I have discussed the deployment models. That is nothing but private cloud, public cloud, hybrid cloud, and community cloud. Along with that, I have discussed the three different types of cloud service, that is infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So these are the three service models. Along with that, I have discussed difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Along with that, I have discussed cloud service provider company. But in my today's session, I'm going to deal with the new topic, that is cyber security. Now, tell me why I require cyber security in order to control cyber criminal activity. To control cyber criminal activity, I require cyber security. So what is this cyber security? Here, cyber security is the application of technologies. So what is cyber security? It is nothing but the application of technology that includes process and control to the protect system. That means the main intention is to protect the system as well as networks, along with all the programs which is stored in the computer, along with devices and data from the cyber attack. So what is the job of the cyber criminals here? Just gain the data and use the data for their financial benefit, or just misuse the data. That is the job of the cyber criminals. Now, to protect all the data as well as network, system, program, or devices, I required some standard or some applications of technology. For that reason, we are going to use cyber security. Here, the main aim of cyber security is to reduce the risk of cyber attack. Why I'm going to use cyber security? In order to reduce the risk of cyber attacks, and protect against unauthorized exploitation of system, network and technology. That means I want to protect the systems or network as well as technologies from the unauthorized user or unauthorized access. For that reason, I required cyber security. So here, cyber security is the protection of interconnected system. Now, why I required cyber security? In order to protect the computer which is connected each other, or the hardware, software and the data from this cyber attack. So dear student, here cyber security is the process of interconnected system. That means it is nothing but the process of protecting the systems or hardwares or softwares or data which is present in the computer system that are interconnected via the internet connection. So what is cyber security here? It is the process or application of technology used to protect the interconnected system. The interconnected system includes all the hardwares, all the softwares as well as data from the cyber attack. Then what is hardware here? All the hardwares like keyboard, mouse, etc. and software. Here software may be application software or system software and the data from the cyber attack. Now what is cyber security? So dear student, the technique of protecting interconnected systems such as computers, servers, mobile devices, electronic system, network and data from the malicious attacks is known as cyber security. So here it is nothing but the protecting mechanism used to protect the systems that are interconnected via the internet connection, or computers or servers or mobile devices or electronic systems or networks as well as data from the malicious attack is known as cyber security. So here we are going to divide the word cyber security into two different parts, that is, one is cyber and one is security. So what this cyber refers to? Here cyber refers to the technology that includes systems, networks, programs and data. So dear student, just remember that cyber is nothing but the technology. So here technology is referred in terms of computer systems, networks, programs as well as data. And what about security? Here security is concerned with the protection of systems or protection of networks or protection of applications or protection of programs as well as protection of data or information. For that reason, it is also called by the name electronic information security or information technology security. So dear student, what is the another name of cyber security? That is electronic information security or information technology security. Moving further, let's see what are the different types of cyber security. So dear student, at the beginning I am going to have my first type, that is network security. So what is this network security? It's mainly going to concerned about the network, that is how the computers are connected in the network, how they are going to transfer the data, all those things comes under network. And for that, how we are going to provide the security, that is concerned with network security. So it involves implementing the hardware as well as software to secure computer network. That means it's mainly going to deal with the hardwares as well as softwares in order to provide secure computer network from the unauthorized user, or from the intruder, or from the advisory, or from the attack or distribution and misuse. That means how we are going to implement the software as well as how we are going to implement the hardware in order to provide the protection, that is mainly going to comes under network security. So here, when I consider network, I'm going to encounter the devices like router, gateway, hub. How I'm going to provide this security for network connected devices, all those things are comes under network security. So this security helps, that means this kind of security helps an organization to protect its assets from the external as well as internal threats. So dear student, what is external? That is the person that is external to the organization. And what is internal? The person which who is going to belongs to that organization. So here the next type is application security. So what is this application security? That is mainly related to all the application software. That means how I'm going to use the application software and how I'm going to provide the security for those application software. All those things comes under application security. So it involves protecting the software as well as devices from unwanted threats. This is mainly going to deal with the protection, and that can be done by constantly updating the application software to ensure they can secure from attack. For this reason, frequently we are going to get the notification that update the application software. I want to update the application software in order to get extra features as well as to provide security. I'm going to update the software. So here, successful security begins in the design stage. That means if I want to provide better security, then that must be started at the designing stage. Write source code validation, that means validate threat modeling, etc. before program or device is deployed. That means before going to design any application software, we have to provide this security. And how we are going to provide this security? That means while writing program itself, we are going to consider different possibilities of threats. Along with that, I'm going to verify the validation as well as threat modeling, and all those things where and when I'm going to perform, that is during designing stage. Now I'm going to have my next type of cyber security, that is information or data security. So as the type itself indicates that I want to provide this security. To whom I want to provide the security? To data or to information. And how I'm going to provide this security? For that, let me to consider the example. That is, I'm going to use cell phone, and most frequently what I'm going to do, I'm going to store all the data in my cell phone. Now, I want to provide security to my cell phone. How I'm going to provide the security? Here, by using password, or by using PIN, or by using biometrics, I can able to provide the security. Similarly, it involves implementing a strong data storage mechanism. So, it involves implementing a strong storage mechanism to maintain the integrity and privacy of data. Integrity and privacy of data both in storage and in transit. So here it is mainly concerned with how we are going to provide the integrity of data as well as privacy of data. For that, what I want to do, I want to implement strong data storage mechanism, because I'm going to store all the informations as well as all the data in storage media. Now, I'm going to have operational security. So it involves processing and making decision. Operations means what? There's nothing but the processing and making decision on handling and securing data asset. That means while performing operation on data or information, I just want to concentrate on security, and I'm going to concentrate on data security by using operational security, that is in terms of processing and making decision. Now I'm going to have my next type, that is mobile security. So as the name itself indicates, that mobile security, that means I'm going to provide security for all the mobile devices. It involves securing and organizational and personal data stored on mobile devices. So here, when I consider any organization, they have their own employee, and all the employees are able to store and manage the data in their mobile devices. So what is mobile devices here? That is nothing but cell phone, computer, laptop, and other similar devices like tablets. All those things are comes under mobile devices, and I want to protect all the mobile devices against various malicious threats. These threats are unauthorized access, device loss, or theft, malware, etc. That means these threats, that means unauthorized access, may be leads to device loss or misuse of data or theft or malware. Then I'm going to have my last type, it is cloud security. So here this involves in protecting the information which is stored in the digital environment or cloud architecture. So here cloud security is mainly going to deal with cloud infrastructure. That means we are going to store all the data in the cloud. Now I want to protect that cloud from the unauthorized access or misuse. For that, I'm going to have cloud security. Here I'm going to deal how I'm going to provide the security for my all the assets which is stored in the cloud. So it uses various cloud service providers such as AWS, Azure, Google, etc. and we must want to ensure security against multiple threats. Moving further, I'm going to have the types of cyber security threats. So what is threat here? Who is going to harm the system, or who is going to harm the software or data or information. So here malware. So this is my first type. So what is malware? Here malwares are in terms of malicious software, which is the most common cyber attacking tool. So the most common cyber attacking tool here is malware. It is just a malicious software, and it is used by the cyber criminals or cyber attacker to hack, to disrupt or damage a legitimate user system. That means hackers are going to use these malicious software to harm the system or hack the system. So the most common malwares are virus, spyware, worms. So what is virus? It's the example for malicious piece of code that spreads from one device to another device, and once it affected, and it's going to corrupt whole data which is stored in that device. So it is a malicious piece of code that spreads from one device to another. It can clean files. That means here viruses are responsible for cleaning the files, at the same time spreads throughout a computer system, infecting files. It's also responsible for cleaning as well as infecting, as well as stores information or damages system. The next type of malware here is spyware. So what is this spyware? Once again, it is a malicious software that secretly records information about user activity on their system. That means by using spyware, anyone can able to record the information about user activity. And last one, worms. It is a piece of software that spreads copies of itself. That means worms are responsible for replicating itself, and it's going to spread itself from one device to another device without any human interaction. That means without any human interaction, the worms are responsible for spread from one device to another. Now, the next type of threats here is phishing. So what is phishing? Phishing is a type of cyber criminal activity where senders seem to came from genuine organization. That means when the receiver receives any mail, and they are going to think that the mail came from the genuine user. So here senders seems to come from a genuine organization like PayPal, eBay, financial institute, or friends and co-workers. Now, when they contact a target or targets via email, phone, etc., message with a link. So, dear student, most frequently we are going to get email message, or we are going to get the message. and that message includes some link, and when we click that message, it's going to redirect it to some other website that is nothing but the fraudulent website. So here they contact a target or targets via email, phone or text message. So here the intruder's main aim is to target the email or phone or text message with a link. So what the intruders are going to do, they are going to send the message, that may be email message or text message that includes some link. This link will redirect them to fraudulent website to provide sensitive data such as personal information, banking, as well as credit card information, social security number, username, as well as password. That means when we click that link is redirected to another website. There we are going to get the informations like enter the password or enter bank details or credit card details, all those things. This is the way also intruders are going to hack the information. When clicking on the link will also install malware. That means when we get any link and if I click that link, there are certain time it's going to install malicious software to my laptop or to my cell phone. These are the some of the examples for phishing attack. Now I'm going to have man in middle attack. So what is this man in middle? There is one third party, and who is that third party? That is none other than intruder. And what is the job of the third party? Is to gain the access to the target machine. So a man in the middle attack is a type of threats in which a cyber criminals or intruder or hacker intercepts a conversation or data transfer between two individuals. That means while transferring data from sender to receiver, the third party, that is nothing but the cyber criminals, are responsible for intercepting the conversation. Once the cyber criminals place them in the middle of two-party communication, they seems like genuine participants and can get sensitive information as well as returns different purpose. Or once the cyber criminals place them in the middle or a two-party communication, they seems like a genuine participants or genuine user and can get sensitive data or information and return different response. So the main objective of this type of attack is to gain access to our business or customer data. Once again, the intention of the intruder is to get complete information about the business or customer data. Now, the next type of cybersecurity threat is denial of service. That is nothing but distributed denial of service. This type of cyber threat or malicious attempt where cyber criminals disrupt target system or target server. So this is also one kind of threat. The main aim of the cyber criminals is to disrupt or disturb the target machine or target server or services or network regular traffic by fulfilling legitimate request to the target. That means the main aim of cyber criminals is to make the target machine or target system busy by sending some bogus request to the server. So here the request come from several IP address that can make the system unreachable. Here, the main intention of the cyber criminals is to make the system busy. That is nothing but unreachable. So, what they will do? They simply start sending requests to the server that their intention is to make the server or system busy so that other client or other users are not able to get the services. And the next type of threat here is brute force. So what is this brute force? In this mechanism, the hackers or intruder or cyber criminals are going to use trial and error method. How they're going to start? They just start guessing the pattern, that is nothing but the password as well as user name. So they just use a trial and error method. So a brute force attack is a cyber, that is cryptographic hack. It is a cryptographic hack that uses a trial and error method. That means here hackers are going to use trial and error method. That means they guess all the possible combination. By guessing, they're trying to break the system until the correct information is discovered. That means they simply uses trial and error method. So here cyber criminals usually uses this attack to obtain personal informations like password, login information, that is nothing but credential, even encryption key and personal identification number, that is nothing but pins. So these are the some of the type of cyber security threats. Along with that, I'm going to have SQL injection. So dear student, we know that all the data as well as informations are stored in the database management system. Now, suppose if I want to get any response from the database, I want to write the query. That means I want to send the request. Now, whatever the request I'm going to send, that is in the form of query. For that, I'm going to use SQL programming language. Now, while writing query itself, the cyber criminals are going to inject some malicious code that is known as SQL injection. So here SQL injection is a common attack that occurs when cyber criminals uses malicious SQL script for back-end database manipulation and access sensitive information. So they just uses malicious SQL script in order to get the data which is stored in the database, and they're going to use those data only for their benefit, or they may misuse the data which is stored in the database. So once the attack is successful, the malicious actor can review. That means once the criminals are succeeded in the injecting some malicious script, then they can able to view the data, or they can able to modify the table, or they can able to delete the table, or delete sensitive company data. So dear students, once the cyber criminals are successfully injected some SQL script, that is nothing but malicious SQL script, then they can able to view the data, or they can able to make the changes, or delete sensitive company data, or user list, or private customer details which is stored in the SQL database. So this is all about SQL injection. So dear student, along with that, I'm going to have cyber safety tips. So what is my first tip here? That is, I want to conduct cyber security training and awareness. That means I want to educate all the employees regarding cyber criminal activity. I want to train the employee, as well as I just want to give the awareness. Now, the next tip here is update software and operating system. So, frequently I want to update all the softwares as well as all the operating system. That means I want to update application software as well as system software. Then I want to use antivirus software to keep my system protected. I just want to use antivirus software. Any antivirus software I can able to use. Now, I want to use strong password. That means while specifying password, use combination of numbers, special characters as well as character. Do not open email attachment from unknown sender. That means when you receive any mail, first go through the mail ID. If the mail came only from the user, that means only from the known user, then open the link. Otherwise, no need to open any email attachment. Avoid using unsecured Wi-Fi network in public place. There are certain time we are going to get the message that Wi-Fi is available. So it is better that don't use unknown or unsecured Wi-Fi network which is present in the public place, as well as take the backup of the data periodically. So these are the some of the cyber safety tips we have to follow. So dear student, in my today's session, I started with what is cyber security and the different types of cyber security. Along with that, I have discussed the threats as well as some of the safety measurement. In my next session, I'm going to deal with applications of emerging technology. Anyway, dear student, let's meet in the next session with the new chapter, that is applications of emerging technology. Until that, keep watching and keep learning. Thank you.